Let's find out about my latest addition to the LPS Coral Collection, a Dnd 4-fan Ocean Breeze. I'm going to be experimenting with a bit of real mangrove mud and see what that does to the tank. And also, let's get all those beautiful LFS gems around the UK on a map. You know what I'm going to say? Let's roll those titles. This little update is action-packed, so I better get cracking, telling you all about what's happened with the Red Sea Max Nano. It's hit the 6th month mark. Easy for me to say. 6 months, that's how old it is. And as you know, between the 4th and the 8th month mark, I'm trying to... Why can't I say month? Between the 4th and the 8th month mark, I'm going to try and stock this little Red Sea Max Nano with some beautiful corals. Now, I've generally stuck to softies and LPS because they tend to be more forgiving in parameter swings in the early days of your tank, but also little swings in lighting, and I'm only a beginner, so I'm just trying to build up to those more hardier to look after corals. So my latest coral is another Blastomussa coral from Prestige Reef. I took delivery about 4 days ago, and yeah, let's go have a look. Hopefully once it's established it will look a little bit like that, so it looks nice. And as you know, I have got a thing for gold corals. I've already got my Mind Melt lithophilin, and I've also got my 24 carat lithophilin coral as well. So they're all there. So we're going to get this coral in, get it dipped as we do always with our Coral RX, and then I'll show you it once it's in the tank. So there it is, the Midas Touch Blastomussa Wellsi in this unusual gold colour. The red one is just to the left hand side. It's an LPS coral. It does have stinging tentacles, so it does need to be away from other corals. It really enjoys stable calcium, alkalinity and magnesium. You can feed it phytoplankton or fine coral foods. It prefers moderate flow, moderate lighting and moderate care level, but it's really settling in well. Little cracker. It's really nice, that little gold blasto. Hopefully when it grows out, gets a few more heads and makes a dome of gold flowers, it is going to look absolutely stunning. So, what else has been happening? Well, in the last week, I thought I'd hit cruise control, sit back, enjoying the tank, loving what reefing was all about as a hobby, and taking it a little bit for granted because I thought that I'd mastered certain elements of it. But you know, as soon as you think you've got this hobby down to an art, then it throws up many, many challenges. So on Friday night, I was testing all my water parameters, and I got to my Hannah phosphate checker, and it came back at 0.22 parts per million. Now, I did what every other reefer does, and if you get a bad test result, you do it again hoping for a good one, but it also came back at 0.20 ppm for phosphate. Now that is astronomically high. It should be around about 0.05 ppm, and high phosphates is going to drive algae and green in the tank, so we don't want that. So what did I do? Well, the first thing I did was actually on the live stream I took out my old Rofos bag, new filter bag, and I topped it up with some brand new Rofos because the last one had been in there about 2 months, and I was kind of squeezing the hell out of it to get every drop of life out of it because everybody knows I'm a bit of a tight one, and also Rofos is pretty expensive. But anyway, I've updated the Rofos and I've put that back into chamber 3. Then I was thinking, why is the phosphate high in the first place? Now I feed Marine Feast, the little frozen pellets. I put about half in because I've only got 3 fish, a couple of corals eat it, and a little bit of the nem will have a little graze on it as well. But I only put half of the cube in, and what I do is I get the tank water, scoop up some tank water, drop the frozen in, let it thaw out, and then just put that, spot feed that into the tank. But apparently on the live stream people were saying that there's actually contaminants within the frozen water inside the frozen food. So what you need to do is buy, yes, Galgo told me to buy a tea strainer. Well, you don't have to tell me twice to buy anything to do with tea related because you know me, love a brew. But here is £2.50, little plastic tea strainer, nothing exciting. So what I'm doing now is taking the feeding a little bit more serious. So putting the frozen pellet, only half a cube, into here, let it thaw out. So all the water, the excess water from the cube drops out, and then I pour a little bit of RO water on, and then I spot feed back into the tank, and hopefully that is helping me to reduce my phosphate. So shall we have a little look? Let's have a look at yesterday's water parameters for the Red Sea Max. One of the challenges of these little nanos is getting stability. Well, we've got stability from temperature, pH is looking healthy, so is salinity, and key alkalinity is nice and stable. Calcium's a little bit elevated at 495 ppm, and we've reached a record level for nutrients in terms of phosphates and nitrates at 2.31 ppm. However, corals and fish are looking healthy, so we're going to stick with these for now. Those people that follow my little setup will know that I have the Dnd Temperature Controller, which is one of the most popular products in the reefing hobby world. Now, let me just show you what I'm talking about, because I only have one half of this product. So there is the Dnd Temperature Controller. It will tell you if your temperature is too high or too low, and that's connected to a double plug socket, which is just down here. Hopefully you're getting this. On the left hand side is the temperature controller, on the right hand side is the cooling fans. So the temperature controller is plugged in, and if the temperature drops below 25.5, then the heat temperature bar will kick in, which is just here, and then that warms up the tank. That is only one half of its capabilities, so I wanted to tap into the other half, which is the cooling system. Now, in the UK, we've hit a mini summer in the last week, and we've had temperatures in March of 22 degrees, which is absolutely incredible. If you're watching from around the world, I do apologise. That is probably not a very high temperature for you, but for us British people, we're getting very excited. Now, one thing I know about reef tanks so far is that stability is key. Stability and alkalinity and all the other key parameters, but also I'm sure temperature is important to keep that nice and stable. So I've been out, in fact I haven't been out, I've been online because no one can go out. I've been online and purchased the second half of the kit, which is the Dnd 4-fan Ocean Breeze. Now you're probably thinking, why on earth has he got 4 fans on a tiny little Red Sea Max Nano? But I wanted to make sure that when it's warm here that the fans actually cooled it down. So I bought this. You can pick it up online. I think it's between about 45 and £50, and that's what it looks like. So let's have a little look. I did measure it before. I looked at the dimensions. So the actual 4 fans are 30 centimeters long. It comes with its own little brackets. With it being Dnd, German made, very sturdy, strong little product. It also comes there with the brackets that are adjustable. On the end we've got the power button. We've also got the AC adapter connector, and that is it. So it's 30 centimeters long with its 4 fans. So that should fit really nicely on the glass panel, hopefully at the top. Also in the box with Dnd, you always get something that's super simple. We've got the UK, because obviously I'm in the UK, a UK AC adapter. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this little baby up and running, because it is sunny today, even though it is only about 7 degrees. But you can never tell. So let's have a little look at getting you off the stand. So here's the first job. We're just going to try to see if this will fit on here. Comes with a little adjustable feet, so if we just unscrew those, there we go. Oh yes, now as you can see, that fits like a dream. Let's just try and get it dead center so it looks so it doesn't annoy me, it looks the business. Get that on there, tighten that up. So that's the first job done. Connecting the fans up, they seem to fit really nicely. Nice position, nice angle at the surface of water. So not only will this cool the water, when the wave maker kicks in, it will also help to aerate the water, and that will help with increasing the alkalinity of the pH. So my pH sits at about 8.4, which is really healthy because I have the windows open quite a lot, but this will also help to aerate the water and add to that healthy reef tank. So we're just going to plug in the AC adapter. Just plug that in around there. Now off camera I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of cable management just to make sure that this all looks nice and neat and tidy around the back, but for the sake of the video I'm just going to drape it down the back for now. Here we go. Drop that down the back, and there we go. I'll try and show you what I'm doing down here. so there is the AC adapter. So the right hand socket of the D&D controller bar, the right hand socket is the one for the fans. So just try and get that in. There we go. And that now is plugged in. Now a little bit of cable management later. So you can see I've just plugged that into the right hand side. A little bit of cable management later, and that is all done. Super simple, took me about 2 minutes on video. Now I can dial it in here. So I have my temperature set at 25.7. Let's just take that to be a little bit lower, just for the sake of this. And then what we might find is the fans, I keep a 0.3 degree range, so if it goes below by 0.3 it will kick the heater in, and if it goes above it should kick the fans in. So, and that's an alarm alert. So what we should find once we plug it in, power on, because I've artificially lowered the temp, and there you go. Don't know if you're picking up the sound. They are awesome. Super quiet, kicking up a nice breeze on the surface, and I don't know if you agree, but I think they look pretty smart. So there you have it, the D&D Ocean Breeze 4 fan that goes into my existing D&D controller. Now that's looking really smart. Now I am going to up the temperature back to 25.7 because I don't want the tank getting too cold, but for the purpose of this demo we are done. Let's head back to the studio. So I'm going to take a little risk and try something that I've never ever done before, and this on the back of visiting Scott at Future Frags. He swears by mineralising your water column with this mangrove mud. This is a secret recipe. Well, it's not secret, it can be found in any natural mangrove from around the world. I think this is from the Pacific mangroves, and the idea of this is to get rid of that yellowish coloured tinge to your water when either you turn your lights off or when your lights are on quite bright white. And also it's supposed to be full of so much goodness and richness that your corals absolutely love it. So this is from the mangroves, dug out from the mangroves mud. It contains strontium, contains magnesium and calcium, sand, silts and lots of other natural minerals that you would find around a natural reef. So that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to see if this works. Let me just take off the stand. So I've turned all the lights off, as you can see. There you go, you're getting a little look at the Jay's Real Reef looking very yellow. So can you see that the water column is quite a yellowish colour? Let me move the light a little bit closer. There you go, so you can see it's got a tinge of yellow. Now this little remedy is supposed to get rid of all of that yellowness out of the water and really brighten up the tank, and also restore all those natural minerals and nutrients to the water column, and the corals apparently the following day will absolutely love you. So this is how this little guy works. I'm going to add some mineral to just a cup of salt water. Let me just get it undone first. So out the bag. This was a special order from Future Frags. When I picked up my rainbow chalice, this is one of the things that Scott said would keep his tanks absolutely spotless. So you do this a couple of times a month, and so we've got the bag open now. Let's have a little delve inside. So it feels a lot like clay. Here we go. So there we've got our, sorry about the filming here. So there we've got our mineral mud. Now I'm going to just break up in some fresh salt water, like so. This has just been mixing downstairs. This looks like some sort of treatment that you would get at a spa, and actually, joking aside, I know that this sort of thing is really good for your skin and things like that when you're having skincare treatments. Not that I will frequent in a beauty salon very often. I haven't got the money to be spending on beauty products when I'm buying corals. So this is the idea. Now I know what you're thinking. What the hell is he going to do with this? So the idea, so I've been told, is to pour it near the wave makers. Now you can see this is from the natural mangroves, because I've even got little pieces of shell and things in there, little pieces of wood. That's in the bag, look, looks very grim. Now that is not out the garden, this is proper stuff. So the idea is we're going to pour this in, and then I'll be able to show you the, my skin's feeling quite smooth on my fingers actually. I'll be able to see what this looks like tomorrow and see if the magic is in this remedy. Okay, right, so we're ready. I'm going to give it a little pour. Let's move the light a little bit closer. Now, why on earth would you want to pour this in your reef tank? You're probably thinking, don't do it. So this is supposed to clear up the water. Now, if that clears up the water, I'll be very surprised. But so we're going to pour it in. There you go. You can see some of the silts and things. There we go. So the mud is in. The fish look a bit taken aback by what's going on, and at the moment it's gone very, very cloudy. But what we'll do is we'll get back tomorrow morning and we'll have a little look at the results. Scott just said try this, this'll do you good. Let's have a little look then. So this is the morning after. Now that water to me looks absolutely clear, and it's got a blue tint to it as well now. So you know, you get those like underwater blue tints. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's done anything? So every single coral in the tank, I mean, that's my green torch. I have never seen it that fluffed out ever. Cleanup crew are all active. My New York Nyx coral here, again, that's normally a bit more closed up. That is super out. But this one's seen the biggest transformation. Not my rainbow. I mean, look at the size of that. The Trachophilia used to be tiny. Now it's absolutely pumped. It looks like it's had a day at the gym. You know, when you do your press-ups before you go on a night out to pump up a little bit, that's definitely done its press-ups before today's video. Even the Duncan, which I've had to move to the back, could not extend any further. The orange hammer is full polyp extension, and it looks magnificent. Even the sorry about the reflection whilst I'm filming, but I mean, there isn't a single coral that's closed. I mean, look, even the mushrooms, both the mushrooms, every single coral has responded to this. I mean, the Trachophilia is insane. That is super puffed up. So, and that's what it looks like. I mean, that water quality there looks beautiful. The blues on the blues and the whites. The water does appear to be crystal. So there you have it. Mangrove mud. If you want to try and get your hands on a little bit of Scott's mangrove mud, then speak to him. He's on Facebook at Future Frags. I'll put a link in the description. But that product, it just seems like it's worked so well, and those corals are loving it. I might have to do it again in a couple of weeks' time. So when I was pouring that muddy, murky water into the Red Sea Max Nano, I was really worried to think about how that could possibly clear up the water and make the corals look better, but never in doubt, it worked. So thanks to Scott at Future Frags. I did feel a bit conscious walking out of the LFS with a bag of kind of brown substance. So yeah, it doesn't look good, but it is, trust me, it is really good. And even the little gold Blastomussa coral is looking really healthy. So I am super impressed. So try and get your hands on some of this stuff. I have put a link in the description to Scott's Facebook page. Maybe he's got some left, I'm not sure. Either that, or go and fly to the Pacific Ocean, take your spade, and then dig out some of this stuff when you're on a little holiday out around the Pacific Ocean. ocean. But it's no wonder those natural coral reefs around the Australian reef and all that Indonesian reef look so good when they've got mangroves that are washing these natural nutrients in the water column over those reefs. Yes. Love it, absolutely love it. Something else I'm trying to do, if you've seen my Instagram, Jay's Real Reef UK, I'm trying to set up a UK map of all the very best gems in UK reefing. So the best LFSs, the best coral rooms and the best aquarium attractions. And a bit like Route 66 in America or the A500 in Scotland, I'm wanting to create a route around the UK with all of the very best gems of reefing. But I need your help, guys and girls. I need to tap into your knowledge for your particular county. So which places in your county where you live should all reefers visit and must go to? In the description below, click on the Google form and nominate your favourite LFS, coral room or marine aquarium attractions to get them onto the map. You can also do this on my Instagram page, but please get involved. I'm trying to tap into all of your reefing knowledge in your area so that we can create this map. Now, Boris has decided that in the UK we can all go out and about from April the 12th, and hopefully by May half term and the summer holidays we've all got this map that we can go and visit these stunning places, these hidden gems of reefing in the UK. Now get your nominations in. I'm going to make the map by the end of April and I'm going to share that with everybody because it's a collective map. You share the knowledge, I put it onto a map, and then we just share it across the whole community free of charge on Instagram. So please make your nominations for your favourite reefing places to visit. Also, the final thing, if you're still watching, thank you for keeping on watching. We have our live stream on Friday night from 8 PM till 10 PM. Hopefully you've got those beers and those wines chilling ready for this Friday. The chat is full of famous YouTube and Instagram reefers, also just great people in the hobby. So come and join us. It's with Bearded Reef, Mogsys Aquarium, and this week's live stream is with Fish Palace. So check out Fish Palace on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description. Go and, what do you need? Subscribe, set your notifications, and we will join you on Friday night for our reefing chat. There's also this Friday, no expense spared, a free competition for a Triton ICP test. Now I run an ICP test from Triton every 3 months. Well, I've done one so far. I've got another one coming up very soon. But yeah, they're awesome. But you have to be on the live stream. You have to be in the chat to have a chance at winning these Triton ICP tests. If you didn't check out the live stream from last Friday, Good Friday, we had Neil from Neil's Reef Aquarium. He was a special guest. You must watch that live stream. It's available to view on the Bearded Reef channel. Again, link in the description. But Neil's Reef Aquarium, if you haven't seen his channel, go and check out Neil's Reef Aquarium channel on YouTube. He's such down-to-earth guy. He documents everything on his channel, and he's very funny as well. So make sure you check out Neil's Reef Aquarium. So I'm going to leave the video right there. Hopefully you've enjoyed our little update this week. We're going to have something even better next time round, so don't miss it. And I'm going to go out now and enjoy some of this spring sunshine and go for a little walk in the Derbyshire Peak District. But for now, you take care. Thank you for all your comments, your likes, your subscribes, your follows, your sharing your journeys with me. I do really appreciate it. You've been great. For now, take care. Bye bye.